What do I say? Full time, Aston Villa 0, Wolves 1. Aston Villa pick up 0 points again at home. Aston Villa had majority of the ball, had the better chances in the first half, were probably the better team. But once again, Aston Villa can't make that count, and Wolves come away with the win. It sounds familiar, doesn't it? Let's go and see what the Aston Villa fans have to say.
So, lost 1-0 against Wolves. So, Villa 0, Wolves 1. First 25 minutes, I think we did alright. It's just heartbreaking to watch. Absolutely heartbreaking, like, there's no words. There's no words to describe this.
You could say it's a disappointing performance, considering we lost. But for me, I'm thinking Nathan, hopefully, I think we were just outpassed by a better team, and that's all it was. First half, the first 25 minutes, I think we were definitely the better team. We actually looked a bit more solid with a different formation, and we were actually playing some attacking football. But after that, Wolves just grew into the game and obviously just took the game by the hand.
It's going to be a short one because at the end of the day, there's only so much you can say. As soon as Adama Traore came onto the pitch, our heads dropped. We stopped believing, really. And to me, that just proves it's all mind games. We could have the best team in the world, we could have the best coaching stuff in the world, but if we don't have the mental strength and the motivation to put the shift in to get a result, then what good is that going to do?
Hello, Villa fans. That's how it costs to be an Aston Villa fan. It's not easy. It's never easy to be a Villa fan. During the first half, we were playing good football, but we couldn't take our chances. We were doing good until they brought Adama Traore. The guy is too good for our defense to handle.
We were at one point, I was saying to you, we could actually win, but I would have took a draw any day of the week with their team. Like, just having McGinn on the bench, it was like, it made us look stronger too. Like, Davis and Sammatta up front worked, I'd say, but I think Davis is definitely someone to create, and Samatta's one for goals, but
Yeah.
It didn't work. It looked way better than the 4-3-3, but obviously it turned into a 4-3-3 at the end.
Yeah.
And that's just when things went really bad, but it's just sad that
This isn't getting involved enough, and I don't know whether that's his fault, whether that's his work rate, or whether it's down to tactics, but something is missing, definitely, without a doubt.
I think when Adama Traore came on, we should have switched to a 5 at the back instead of what we were intentionally starting with. I thought Grealish was really poor today, one of the worst games I've seen of him.
Yeah.
He's really showing that he's fed up with his team.
Like, I think it's going to come down to the last game of the season against West Ham, and that will determine whether we stay up or go down. We just got to depend on results against us that don't go against us. It's just, I love Villa with all my heart, but we need to do something. We need to change it. Like, I really hope we do better the next game. Like, really hope he changes it.
What I can say is that the boys, they need to work hard. We need win. Today, we could have win the game or draw the game, but we didn't get what we were expecting. So what I can say is that the boys, they need to work hard.
I think it's got to that point where we have to rely on the teams around us now. We can't. It's pretty clear that we don't have the ability to make changes for ourselves. We have to rely on fortune and hope that fortune's on our side. So nothing else we can do other than pray, hope for the best, and just rely on results going our way. But something needs to change. Something needs to change ASAP. But I fear that we've run out of time for that, really. And like I said, we just have to pray for luck. So, yeah.
Well, the Aston Villa fans have spoken, and I thought I'd come on and give you my thoughts at the end of the video before you hear from B6 Ben. So, my thoughts on the game overall is it was very frustrating. It sounds very familiar, doesn't it? Villa had majority of the first half. They were better, in my opinion, in the first half. They had a couple of chances. Don't get me wrong, there was a massive let off when Orjan Nyland gave a golden chance to Diogo Jota, who luckily skied it over the bar. That could have been a whole different story. But my main concern about the game today is the goals, right? I do not see where the goals are going to come from. We played 2 up top today and everyone was calling for that. And me being one of them, as you would have seen in the match preview. Problem is with Davies, right? And I think we have to stick with 2 up top because I think we do look a little better. But Davies, he's not going to score you 20 goals a season. But he's good at holding up the play. That's the only thing in my opinion he's good at. He's about 2 or 3 years away from being a proper matured player. So to ask him to play in the Premier League is always a big ask. But what else have Aston Villa got? That's your problem right there. And Sammatta, yes, okay. He had a couple of half chances, but never really was in the game. And I just don't really see where the goals are going to come from. To stay up in this league, we've got to score goals. And don't see where that's going to come from, in my opinion. Defensively, I think we look okay, right? Before lockdown, that was the biggest issue. But since we've come back, we've been relatively calm and I've been pleased with the performance. But yeah, overall, where do we go from here? Dean Smith was blaming fatigue. Is that really the problem? Who knows? In his press conference, though, in his post-match interview, I did get a sense of a feel that it was down and out. Dean Smith was down and out and he's completely out of his depth. And the players today just didn't have no fight, no passion. And there's so much inconsistency in this squad. It is unbelievable. Where do we go from here? We've got to really rely on other results because that's all we can do, as some of the people said in the video. You'll now hear from B6 Ben to hear his thoughts and he'll give you the outro. But from me, up the Villa.
Alright, so Aston Villa 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. We're good in the first half, definitely not had a lot of the ball. I don't think we created much though. Not really created much in that first half, we weren't that good. But we weren't as good as we should have been. We could have been. Wolves weren't on the game until they brought in Traore. We definitely should have created more. We definitely should have scored that game. I think with the chances we had, it's very easy to score. I just don't think we capitalised right on our chances. But we did have a lot of the ball, and I think that made us confident going into the second half. It just all fell apart. As soon as Traore came on, it's great little run, and then Wolves end up going on and scoring, so that's brilliant. But yeah, second half, useless, utterly useless. It's annoying as well because every time, straight after the hour mark, we just concede. Like, what on earth are we doing? And as well, I hate the fact how straight after the drinks break, we then start attacking. Why do we do that every game? Concede and then we start trying to score. It's useless. It doesn't work. I feel sorry for Smith. I really do. Like, he deserves so much better than what he's got so far. Like, he's been berated. His players aren't even doing what they're being told. It's stupid, absolutely stupid. But oh well, what are you gonna do? We're still level on points in the relegation zone, so that's a good thing at least. We just got to hope now that Newcastle, Chelsea and Southampton come through and stop Bournemouth, West Ham and Watford picking up points. Who knows, hopefully we get a better result against Liverpool. Come on, Villa. Just want to thank you all for watching this video. Due to it's very hard, isn't it, to make sure like this video down below if you haven't already. That'd be class, show Jude some support to show him that you do love these videos and he should carry on with it. So that's it from me. If Jude wants to say anything, he can. But yeah, subscribe to him, unsubscribe from me because I don't upload. Well, unsubscribe to me until we're allowed back in stadiums anyway. Cheers, up the Villa.
Hit the subscribe button and follow my journey to the media world. Click the video choices on screen to see more of my work.